Local elections matter. And this is a story about local elections. This is the story of the Second Spanish Republic. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about 3 different elections and the lead up to the Spanish Civil War. You're going to hear a lot of information in this. You're going to get the sources in the caption. Let's fucking go. Okay, so it's April 12th. It's 1931. Now, here's the thing about this. Spain at this time has been in a military dictatorship for 6 years, but municipal elections happen. And by April 14th, they're declaring a republic. It's a peaceful transfer. They're writing up constitutions. People are cheering in the street. The left has won these municipal elections. The cities turned up, they turned out, and they want reform. And that's what they're going to get, right? Also on the 14th of April, King Alfonso, the 13th, he's leaving. He doesn't even abdicate the throne. He just goes and he's like, I'm going to come back, right? He dies in exile in 1941. This constitution has everything. Universal suffrage for men and women. Pretty unheard of at this point in time. Secular public schooling, right? They're building new schools. They're hiring new teachers. They're reducing the power of the Catholic Church. Civil marriages and divorce. Catholic Church is losing more power, right? They're talking about land redistribution, right? They are going to pay the wealthy for their land. It won't be full price, but as we talked about in the last video, 2% of the wealthy, 2% of Spaniards owned around 70% of the land. They're doing literacy tours to make sure that people know how to read across Spain. They're taking a look at the military, right? They're asking the military to swear an oath of fealty to the Republic. They're making sure that they're actually training the right people. They're divesting a little bit from the military, which makes military leaders a little fucking squirrely. A little squirrely. There's so many reforms and they're so quick, and a lot of them do affect the military, which leads to a military coup. It's planned, it's executed within 14 months, right? April, May, June, July, August. 17 months of the Republic being originally announced, right? It's August of 1932. Now they fail and they get jailed, the military coup leaders. But there's a second election. The second election goes for the right. Now the right is filled with the people who like the status quo. Military leaders, noblemen and women, Catholic Church, and a lot of people in the rural areas because they're voting with what they know, right? They haven't been exposed to a lot of things. This ushers in the CEDA, that is the uber Catholic, uber far right, and they are immediately halting land redistribution programs. They are getting the Catholic Church its funding back. They are removing some of the Catalan autonomy that was given in 1932. These reforms happened so fast, it made so many people uncomfortable. I mean, they happened really fast for people that were on the right who wanted the status quo. They were happening way too slowly for the people on the left who wanted rapid modern change. They released the military coup leaders. And then in 1934, in October, Asturian miners go on strike. And for 14 days, we get a prelude of what exactly the Spanish Civil War is going to look like. 1,000 to 2,000 people die. Hundreds are jailed. There's rumors of torture. It is a mess. Now, the government is going to use their military generals to do this. And in fact, some of the readings that I have read literally said we didn't want to choose Franco to be in charge because we knew there would be like undue violence, gratuitous fucking violence that didn't need to happen. And yet it still happens, right? This radicalizes everybody. Left, right, sideways. Everyone is pissed. They're like, what the fuck was that? 1,000 to 2,000 dead in 2 fucking weeks. Our third and final election of the Second Republic is in February of 36. Now, the left, they coalesce. This is the Popular Front. This is who will be one of our combatants in the Spanish Civil War, which is our next video. We're going to go over who's who. But it's anarchists, it's communists, it's socialists, it's workers' rights people. It's people who want separation of church and state. First thing they do, they release everybody from the October Revolution that's been held in jail. Now, the next 5 months, from February to mid-July, it's 4 months, turmoil, chaos, political assassinations every day. People are making their own land redistribution programs, meaning people are just squatting on land. They're taking land. They're taking what they believe is supposed to be theirs. In the spring of 36, hundreds of churches are going to be burnt to a crisp. There's going to be shootouts in the street. And again, military leaders are going to be planning things. And the Popular Front knew this, so they tried to separate them, right? At this point in time, many of the generals will be in obscure places in the world in hopes that they can actually tamp down on what looks like another military coup, which is already being planned. Francisco Franco himself will be in the Canary Islands. And then in early July, there will be 2 political assassinations that are the match that starts the Spanish Civil War, right? On July 12th, people on the right will shoot and murder Jose Castillo. I gotta work on my Spanish. Policeman is what I can understand. And then on the 13th, the left will retaliate by murdering Jose Calvo Sotelo. He is a parliamentarian on the right. And this is what gives Franco, the other military leaders, the go ahead. This is how the Spanish Civil War begins. Et voila, right? We have our Popular Front here. The time period between this is chaos, right? I put military uprisings for July 17th and 18th because though the right and the military thought this would be a clean and easy sweep military coup, it doesn't happen that way. And this is why the Spanish Civil War breaks out, right? I don't know if it's hubris on the accounts of the military leaders, including Francisco Franco, or if it's something else, but they really thought that it would be a swift, clean, easy cut, take over, call it a day. But the Popular Front, the left, and international support leads to a very bloody Spanish Civil War, and that's where we're going to pick back up next time. Thanks for being here.